Welcome back to the channel, everybody. How are we doing today? Today we're taking a look at Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th Celebration Anniversary Year Edition. I have no idea. This is the Tomb Raider game that's free on PlayStation Plus for the month of July 2020. And today we're taking a look at the trophy roadmap and guide for this game. I'm going to be walking you through the steps to platinum this game, what's required, how long it's going to take, so you can get a big idea of exactly what's in store for you. I'm not going to go into any story spoilers or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We're just going to dive straight in though and take a look at what's required to earn the platinum in this game. Welcome back, guys. If you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing to the channel down below. It helps me out enormously when people subscribe. If you're an existing subscriber or you're just watching this video, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps my channel out so much when you do that, so I really would appreciate it if you did. Today, though, we're looking at Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th Celebration Edition on PS4. This is a game that is free on PlayStation Plus for the month of July 2020. And this is the roadmap for the game. It's funny, this one here came out on Xbox One first, and it was out on Xbox for a year. They promoted it super heavily. It was part of all their marketing, and now it's free on PlayStation Plus. So it's a crazy world that we live in. Okay, so this one here is a 5 out of 10 difficulty, and I've raised the difficulty slightly for a couple of reasons. So I want to try and set my difficulty levels as not what I think they're going to be in terms of my challenge with the game, but what I think the general consensus is. I find that people often undercook the time and difficulty, so I'm going to try and overcook them slightly just to manage expectations. But I think it's about a 5 out of 10 difficulty. The reason is you do have to play through it on the hardest difficulty. And while a lot of guides say it's easy, it's not that easy if you're not into third-person action-adventure games. That's the honest truth. It's all good and fine saying the hardest mode is easy, but that's really if you're good at those kind of games and if you play those kind of games. Same here. And Tomb Raider is not, again, not inherently hard or harder than other games in any weird way. It's just, if you don't play third-person action-adventure games, be aware of that. It's valuable to know. So it's a 5 out of 10 difficulty because of the hard difficulty trophy. Its time to platinum is around 50 hours. Now that is split between finishing the main campaign, which is going to take you around 25 to 30 hours, then cleaning up that campaign with collectibles, missed trophies, side quests, and then finally the last two modes, Score Attack and Expedition. There are online there's not online trophies. There is an online connection required for Score Attack and Expeditions to unlock the trophies in those modes. I'm not actually sure why, but it's not an online mode per se. So there are no online trophies technically, but you do require an internet connection. So I've put that in there just to kind of cover that off. There's no missable trophies. There are difficulty-based trophies, normal, easy, and hard, but you can play hard straight off the bat. So you don't have to do that, and if you play on hard, you'll unlock everything else as well. My suggestion is to probably play it on hard or normal on your first playthrough. Get a feel for the game. That's that. The game, you can do it all in one playthrough, plus then multiple playthroughs of Score Attack and Expeditions afterwards. We'll talk about that shortly. There is chapter select you can go back to, and then after you finish the game as well, there is free roam available, so you can go back and collect anything that you might have missed. And there are no trophy stacks. There's only one trophy list for this game. So let's dive in and look at the steps to platinum. Now I've split this into 3 steps. I know this is like word vomit, there's so much text here, but I wanted to make sure I got everything in each step. Now the first is complete the game on the highest difficulty in the game. This is Survivor mode. This is unlocked from the very beginning. You don't have to earn this mode. You can just start the game off on it straight away, so you can start playing. You don't have to go through on normal or easy. Like I said at the top though, if you're not particularly great at third-person action games, I would suggest starting on normal, play through the game on that, and then play through it again on Survivor afterwards once you've got a feel for the mechanics in the game. If you're used to these kind of games, Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, God of War, any of these third-person action games, then you'll be fine with Tomb Raider. If you've played those and if you've platinumed any of those, then you'll be more than fine with this game on hard difficulty. Step 2 is once you've finished the game on Survivor mode, use the free roam function to go back and collect any of the missed collectibles or side quests that you have. And then there's also a chapter select feature in the game as well, where you can go back to chapters that aren't available in the free roam, and you can do everything else there. So in this mode, you want to collect the remaining collectibles, complete all the side quests, tombs, and challenges that you missed throughout the game. Naturally, you're going to get some of these while playing through it the first time, and you're going to get a ton of other miscellaneous things in there as well. This is just go back and finish those things off if you haven't already. Chances are though, if you've looked at this guide and looked at other guides online, you might have already done it through that natural playthrough, which is great. You might have saved yourself a step. Now, once you've done everything here, that you're finished with the main campaign of the game. You've done everything in that side of the game. You don't need to worry about that anymore. You're done. The next step is for playing expeditions and score attack. Now, this step here is play through expeditions mode, earning gold on each level. So in this, you need to earn gold on every single mission in that mode. It's not that hard, especially if you've already played through the game on Survivor. I would say that you're not going to have too much trouble with this, but you're probably going to have to replay missions a few times to unlock gold. Gold is unlocked by meeting particular requirements when playing, so it's time, difficulty, damage taken, plus modifiers, which we'll talk about in a second. So what you want to do is go through and do that. As you're playing through that, you'll unlock cards, which act as modifiers for the game. So you can put a card down that maybe gives you double damage, and it might reduce some of the XP that you get, or half damage, and it might increase some of the XP that you get. What you're going to want to do is accumulate 300 of those cards through expeditions and score attack. Playing through the main campaign on Survivor difficulty, you'll unlock a ton of these card packs. So you'll have a ton of them to begin with, which is great. Then once you've played through expeditions and score attack mode to get the associated trophies with those, you would have unlocked a ton more of them as well, and points to buy more booster packs. And all you want to do is buy the cheapest booster pack and just keep buying it. Doesn't matter if you're getting double ups or anything like that. You just have to unlock 300 cards total. So that's my suggestion there. If you are still missing points and you need more cards, you can then grind points for cards through expeditions and score attack mode as well. Keep in mind, expeditions, score attack, and the cards related trophy all require you to have an internet connection when you're playing through the game. I have no idea why that's the case. It must be some sort of anti-cheat measure that they've got in there, but it requires an internet connection, so make sure you're connected to the internet or you won't be able to unlock those trophies. That's essentially it. If you do have anything that you're missing at this point, there are some misc trophies in the game, like I've mentioned a few times. You can go back through and collect any of those. But I would imagine by the time you've played through the main game for 35 hours, and then score attack and expeditions for another 10 or 15 hours, you're going to have done everything in the game. So that's my guess, and that's kind of how I think it's going to go down. So that's your full steps to platinum. Now let's have a look at the notable trophies. I've outlined 3. These are the 3 hardest trophies that you can earn in the game. The first is Golden Child. That's complete every level and score attack with gold. We already talked about that a little bit as well, but it's the hardest trophy in the game for a reason. I guess not a lot of people probably played score attack because they were there for the main campaign, not the side stuff. So that's probably one half of it. But also it's not super, it's time consuming as well. It's going to take you like 10 hours or so to do that. So it's worth keeping that in mind. Then you've got here, complete every level and score attack with bronze, and then complete 10 levels and score attack with gold. So they're all associated with score attack, the hardest trophies in the game. Yeah, my guess would be because people didn't play it. So that's your notable trophies, and there's really nothing else to talk about in the game. The game's cool. It's a fun action game. If you enjoyed the original Tomb Raider game or any of the Uncharted games, then chances are you're going to enjoy this game as well. It's free for this month. Well, if you're watching this in July 2020, it's free, so it could be worth checking out. If you're watching this at any other point, it's probably not free, but the game is still really solid, so it's worth checking out as well. And yeah, that's Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I say this wrong every time, because this like Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, so much Tomb Raider, Croft. That's Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Let me know what you guys think of this game in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this game, let me know. I'm sure a lot of you have already played this as well, because it has been out for a number of years and it did get really good reviews when it launched. So my guess would be a ton of people already probably own this game, me included, and have already played it. Maybe you've already got the platinum in it. If you have any additional tips for the platinum, then leave them in the comment section down below to help anyone else out. It's really useful if you do that. And let me know what you think of this trophy list and whether or not you're going to be going for the platinum if you haven't already got it. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing down below. It helps me out so much when you do. But yeah, that's all from me. You might notice I have a couple of other videos going up on the channel at the moment. One for Erica and one for NBA 2K20. Those are the other 2 PlayStation Plus games for the month of July 2020. So you'll see those up on the channel alongside this one. So if you're after roadmaps for those ones, then be sure to check those out on the channel as well. Otherwise, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm playing Iron Man VR at the moment and I'm having such a good time with it. So I'm going to go back and jump back into VR. Thanks guys, bye.